Hey everybody, welcome to Let's Talk About Things and Stuff, where we talk about things and also stuff. I'm your friendly neighborhood youth guy, Matt Parker, and this is my good friend Caitlin.
Heyo.
How you doing, Caitlin?
I'm a little tired.
Yeah? What you been doing?
I worked early this morning.
Oh, you did?
I wasn't scheduled to, but I agreed to help out because someone else was sick and wasn't going to be able to work this morning. So.
Is it super busy right now? Like the holiday season and all that?
It's a little busier than usual. I mean, it's not any, like, Black Friday, but...
Yeah.
It's picked up compared to a typical weekday.
Yeah. Okay, so what percentage of your gifts that you give to people come from Old Navy?
So, over the years, it's changed. Like, initially, like, the first year I worked for Old Navy, a good portion, I mean, at least 50 to 75% was Old Navy, but I have since, every year after, it's become less and less, because I find it, like, trying to find something that works for someone's style, and then if they like their style, they like it, or whatever, so I'm like, I just save my money and spend it somewhere else.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
I was really sad when you told me about the $5 PJ pants and that I'd missed them. I really like PJ pants. Mm-hmm. Like the whole trend of kids wearing like pajama pants out in public and it being like a fashion kind of thing.
It's a thing at the gym. I don't understand that. Yeah,
I love it. Like it was a thing in the 90s. You'd just roll out of bed, you'd had your PJ pants on, and you'd go to class, right? Mm-hmm. When I was in college. And, 90s have rolled around again, and this is a thing, all right? I'm loving this, like, redo of 90s fashion, because that was my thing. That was my jam. Mm-hmm. Like, jeans with holes in them. Like, I don't do that now because I'm an adult, but if I could, like, be adultish and still wear jeans with holes in them... I'd be all about it. I've got a pair right now that I probably got in college 25 years ago. Mm-hmm. And it's got, like, it's shredded, and it's they're amazing, right? I only wear them from time to time because, and only around the house when I'm working around the house and stuff. But
so are you wanting PJ pants for Christmas? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying... Well, yeah, I mean, if I got PJ pants, well, the Parkers always do, like, our Christmas PJs, yeah. So that's a thing. But, like I would think that if I were working at a place like Old Navy, right, I'd be like, and a sweater for you, again, you're welcome, that kind of thing.
Yeah, because, I mean, I definitely got a lot in my first year or two, but then I'm like, this is getting, I got tired of it really quickly, of just shopping at Old Navy.
Yeah.
Granted, I get an amazing discount for it, but yeah. I'm like, I have since preferred to shop like small businesses. Ah, so
nice.
But
well, very cool, very cool. Well, hey, we want to hear from you guys, not about your Christmas gifts, but
okay.
Oh, hey, Caitlin, Spotify did their yearly Wrapped thing last week. I
saw that.
Yeah, what's your listening style?
I had pulled up my top 5 artists, and I have NF as number 1, and I was in the top 0.5% of listeners for NF for the year.
Nice, well done.
I don't remember how many minutes it added up to, but then KB, Andy Mineo, Lecrae, and 5 Seconds of Summer are my top 5.
Nice.
And a lot of that comes from my work, when I'm working out.
Yeah,
so
right.
I find playlists with mostly them in it.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. Well, I saw my top 5 were worship music, Elevation, Bethel, John Foreman, that kind of thing, and then right in the middle was Iron and Wine. So it's like, I mean, it's a similar style, I guess, because it's kind of that indie kind of feel, the vibe kind of music.
Yeah.
So like I wasn't sure what it would be. Because I listen to a wide range of music, but when I'm doing student ministry stuff and I use my Spotify stuff for, vibe music for student ministry, I'm not sure, is that like a I don't know. I'm not going to ask that question.
Okay.
So I use my Spotify for like vibe music, background music when we're hanging out or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And so usually that's like worship music. I put it on a youth ministry, chill kind of worship mix.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that kind of skews my yearly listening because
I'm
there's
sure it does, yeah.
yeah, most of my music listening is done in the context of our student ministry. So so that affects that. But my listening style, did you get that far in your yearly wrap?
I went through all of it, but I don't remember.
Okay, so I'm like a vampire.
Oh, I actually might have
Like-
saved mine.
Like I'm a vampire because I like chill vibe music. And like we're sitting in my office right now, and I've got lamps, low lamps, the fluorescent ceiling lights. I turn on maybe 3 times a year when like a lamp goes out and I can't find something, and that's just the quickest thing I can get to. But other than that, I never turn on my overhead lights.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can't remember the last time I turned them on. Like I've got candles, I've got bookshelves, and that's just like it's my cave. It's where I go to study and to learn and to focus on whatever it is I'm reading at that moment. And so I don't really need it to be this bright, airy kind of space. I need it to feel like my cave. And so Spotify thinks I'm a vampire because of that.
So mine says shapeshifter. In the description, like, little thing is, one moment you're head over heels for an artist, the next you've moved on. Some say it's erratic. We call it eclectic.
Eclectic. I like
According to
that word.
Spotify.
I like the word eclectic. I like having an eclectic mix of music.
Because I do tend to be all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends on what I want to listen to at the time. But I just most often listen to music when I'm working out. And
Yeah.
it's one genre primarily.
Nice.
So,
In 2017 was probably the first year I had Spotify to begin with. I might have gotten it 16. But 2017 we were going on a summer youth trip, and I created a playlist that would last from the beginning of the trip to the end. We could just turn it on. I would never have to mess with it, and it would just be like our travel vibe music. It's called Road Trip Fuge 17.
okay.
That's the name of this playlist. Well, ever since then, we've just kind of added songs to that playlist, and like Cassidy's on it, and Marilee's got access to it, and a few other people, and they add songs to it as we go forward. Old Town Road is on there probably 8 times. There are a bunch of different versions of that. Yeah, I wonder. And so we just kind of add songs to it, and it's like a wide range from Broadway musical to, I think there's a SZA song on there. There's there's My Iron and Wine, and there's like Guns N' Roses, Metallica. Like there's like this huge. It's probably 3,000 or 4,000 hours of music. I don't. That's an exaggeration because I don't actually know, but it's a huge playlist, and anyway. And it's eclectic, just a wide range of music, all just kind of, and we love it. That's what I listen to when I'm in the car with my kids. We put on Road Trip Fuge 17, and it covers all the stuff.
Okay, then.
There's even some funk in there, 70s funk.
Yeah.
Beach Boys from the 50s. Oh, yeah. It's the good stuff. Yeah. All right, so we want to hear from you guys. What is your listening style? If you've got Spotify, tell us what it is. If you don't and don't really care, what's kind of like your vibe of listening to music? Are you a vampire like me? Are you eclectic like Caitlin? Or somewhere in between? Is it fire? Do people say that anymore?
I don't know.
Do kids say, that's fire? Or that's, well, we used to say
What?
that's boss.
I don't know.
Um,
I'm not up on this the youth slang.
on the youth's lingo.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not a youth anymore. Even though I hang out with youth, I don't know.
Well, let's hear about all of your listening styles. We'd love to hear it. If you have the Spotify little symbol that they gave you, you can post it in the comments or just DM us, approach us on the street, hit us up.
The purchase on the street gets me every time.
Really?
I don't know why, but it does.
Yeah, come walk up to us. Strangers, come on up, because we know there's a ton of strangers listening to this.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
They were just waiting.
Yeah, they can't wait for this one to post.
The most two random people, and they just are waiting.
All right.
Pins and needles for each episode to come out.
Oh, so good. All right, so what are you consuming in the cultural arena these days?
So this past weekend, I was dog sitting for Leah and Elizabeth, and I started rewatching a few episodes of Friends, and I've watched through the whole series a couple times. I have it on DVD, and since the passing of Matthew Perry, it is a little more sentimental and emotional.
Yeah.
Seeing him on screen.
Yeah, I get that.
But it's always like been a comfort show for me. So I was like, I can have it on in the background, or I could just watch it, like genuinely watch it. So
nice. You know my favorite character on Friends?
what?
Kramer. I'm just kidding. That's Seinfeld. Ha. So who's your favorite character on Friends?
I've always struggled with this because I've tried to think it out of when I've talked with friends about the show Friends, and I try and think of which one I relate to most. I still can't decide that. But a favorite, I don't know. I felt like I've related most with Monica at times.
Okay.
Because I'm a little bit of a neat freak.
Mm.
And like I like my organization and things like that. But then, and just other aspects of her character. But it's hard not to love Joey. I mean, Joey or Chandler they're my top two.
Yeah.
So.
Very cool. My favorite is Phoebe. She's the kind of the off the wall kind of seems dumb, but she's not. You know, her song "Smelly Cat." I still remember that. Smelly cat, what are they feeding you? Yeah, I love that song. And then they made the video of it. Have you seen the video?
Yes.
Of course you have. So good. Yeah, that's a good show. Yeah, very cool. Well, I watched a new movie. It's a new Christmas movie, actually. And it's not a Hallmark new Christmas movie.
Wow, shocker.
Yeah, it's called Family Switch, starring Jennifer Garner and Ed Helms. Jennifer Garner, if you're not familiar, was in 13 Going on 30, which is actually a very similar movie to Family Switch. And Ed Helms, most famous for his role as Andy Bernard in The Office, and then they're married in the movie, and their daughter is the girl who was Wednesday's roommate in Wednesday in the TV series Wednesday. And I'd never seen the kid before, their son, but I'm sure he's if I looked hard enough, I could find him somewhere. But anyway, it's your typical Freaky Friday, 13 Going on 30, big. In fact, they reference all of these movies throughout Family Switch, and it's hilarious the way they do it. And it's so fun. They're like they know it's cheesy, and it is cheesy, and they know they're very self-aware about the kind of movie they're doing, but it's just fun. They just have a good time with it, and you know it's a good one. I highly recommend it. It's clean. It's a family movie, and it's hilarious. Very predictable, as Christmas movies often are. If you're into Hallmark movies, you'll be into this because Hallmark movies always have the same story and always end the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Well, this is no different. But it's your typical switching bodies, parents with kids, and learning. Parents remembering what it's like to be a kid, and a kid realizing that being a parent is more complicated than just saying yes or no to the thing that you want to do. And so it's a 2 thumbs up from my book. Oh,
Not the fireworks again.
I love it. Okay, so yeah, good times. All right. Well, I was reading my daily news stories this morning, and I saw this thing where they're coming up with new breeds of is that the right word? Breed? Is it a tomato breed? New breed of tomato. Is that right? Well, they're just building better fruit. They're building a better tomato using technology to keep the juiciness and size and taste of tomatoes without using as much water to grow them. So they're trying to modify and use genetics and all that stuff to actually build a better tomato. And I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I think this is an important thing. Now, the reason they're doing it is because of climate change and the danger of droughts and all that stuff. And I think it's a positive thing. And I think that farmers over the centuries have tried to do things like this over and over and over to use fewer resources to make better things, right? It's kind of the necessity is the mother of invention. The increased productivity, the increased speed of growing or doing a particular task. It's kind of what technology does, right? What do you think?
Just on like tomatoes, or in general?
Just in general, like resource. Like, do you like spend time thinking about how you use your physical and emotional and all of that resources wisely or whatnot?
Well, with working at Old Navy, that's one thing that's embedded into you, because they want you to do the most you can in the least amount of time.
Right, efficiency.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's been in the forefront of my mind for roughly 4 years now, and so therefore I've since applied it to other parts of my life. And I'll apply it to school. I've been known to be quite the procrastinator in things, but with organizing things the way I do with certain assignments, I get them done efficiently. So then therefore I can procrastinate longer. That was a weakness of mine, for sure. But I would know how to get through certain assignments quicker and everything, so I would
do things quicker so you can waste time,
yes.
Waste more time.
Yes, it was definitely a weak point in my education career. Not gonna lie.
I get that. I am prone to do that kind of thing as well. It's it's just one of those things. Yeah. So, what's your favorite time / whatever kind of resource you want to think about it? If it's financial resources, water, energy, whatnot. What's your favorite energy saving resource saving invention?
Well, first, I'm terrible at saving money. As much as I would like to save money, and I should save money, I'm terrible at it.
Yeah.
Because I'll make a goal and just put it in, have it in my head, I'll save, and not spend as much or something, but I never make a detailed plan or anything.
Right.
And I end up failing.
Yeah.
But I recently bought on Amazon these little outlet things for your outlet that make them remote controlled for when you plug things in, and it's a very easy programming of to turn something on and off without having instead of just going to plug it in every time. So I've thoroughly enjoyed that.
I bet. Is the remote through your a phone, or is it a literal physical remote?
It's a physical remote.
Okay.
Because of the options that I was going for a cheap option. I just wanted something that would make it easier for me.
Right.
But I didn't need something that it's connected to my phone or to the Wi-Fi or whatever.
Right.
So.
Okay, if you could create a full smart environment in your house, would you? Say, "Hey Siri, raise the blinds," and the blinds go up.
Activated Siri.
My Siri just turned on when I said
Sorry,
that.
I couldn't find that in your home.
I don't know. I mean, it becomes a level of, like, us being lazy as humans,
Right.
and I would rather not get to that point. Yes, there will be times I'll want it, but I don't think as a whole I would really want my entire house to be a smart house.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, this is like what I was exploring last week with ChatGPT and OpenAI. Is like where does it become laziness, and where is it like saving time doing things that don't really matter if it's me that's doing it, right? If it doesn't really matter if it's me that's doing it, it frees my time up to do something more important. Well, then that's worth like doing. Or if it's buying something that will use energy more efficiently, and that's kind of better for everything, right?
Yeah.
Like it's better for the environment. I don't have to spend as much time on it. I don't have to spend as much money, on paying for the energy to make, like, my thing. That the first thing that comes to mind for me is our HVAC system, our heating and air system at our house. We've replaced a few over the years because that's just part of home ownership. But we would, our previous unit was not very powerful, and so it was really working hard to cool our house during the summer. And so we replaced it, and this new one is energy efficient. It's got a like more air flows through the system easier, and it cools our house during the summer, and it doesn't use as much energy and all of that. And so that is a win-win for me.
Right.
And I think that's worth doing.
Absolutely.
If you have the money to do it.
Yeah.
Of course, our previous one had died completely, so it just needed to be done.
Yeah.
So regardless if we could afford it, it needed to be done. Oh, shoot. All right, so what about you guys? Are you into, like, time-saving, resource-saving technology? What's your favorite thing that has been invented, maybe over the last 5 years, that saves time, saves money, saves energy, whatever it is, whatever resource, however you want to define it, is fine. Let us know. Take a picture of it, or just walk up on the street and
Just tell us about
tell us about it. Say, hey, Caitlin, here's mine. I like electronic cars. Electronic. You know what I'm excited for is self-driving cars. I'm not sure. It's going to take some getting used to for me to actually trust that
I don't know if I ever could.
that they're not going to crash.
Right.
But if I can, like, read or take a nap or something like that.
Being efficient with your time.
Yes, being efficient with my time. Play more Retro Bowl or Clash Royale. If I could do some of that stuff
Instead of driving
my car, I would love that.
Okay.
That would be all right. So Elon, let's get on it.
And I mean, I know a certain child of yours, she has a goal of having a Tesla there too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. She does. She does. Well, this has been Let's Talk About Things and Stuff, where we talk about things and also stuff. I'm Matt, and we'll see you again next time.